Viva Tequila Seltzer, the #1 hard seltzer in the world and the official hard seltzer of Day Drinking with Dog. Ditch them all, add tequila. Welcome back to Day Drinking with Dog. I had a beautiful week off last week down in Atlantic City, and that place is still a beautiful fucking dump, but we had a couple good dinners. We had a couple good runs in the blackjack table, a couple bad runs in the blackjack table, but we all made it back alive in one piece. 9 guys golfing, drinking, gambling. What could go wrong? But great time. We did we did Nobu and the Palm. So I don't know if you've ever been down that way. My guest Kim Chacho is here.
Yep.
She was here kind of, sort of, about a few months back with Russ Davis, and she kind of spoke out. I could just feel you needed this, like, join the conversation.
Yeah, you asked me not to talk, and I didn't.
That was just an impossibility.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Yeah, just asked me to stay quiet for 20 seconds. It was very difficult.
Exactly. And so I said, you know what? The other night we're like, this is kind of August is like my month. I don't really do much with the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I'm on vacation again. Like, this is Oyster Fest coming up. Then I literally Sunday I go to New Hampshire for a week, whatever. I just kind of don't really plan stuff, but I want to get a couple in. And you were at work the other night. You were talking shit about beating camp and golf and all this shit. And
well, I think that's possible.
The Yankees. I've never seen you
actually
play, so I can't say one way or another. And you worked at Top Golf, so I'm assuming you have a decent swing.
I do. I'm good for a girl.
Right.
I'm self-aware enough to know that. So,
but I don't know. I don't know. So I have nothing to base it on. I am a betting man. I think you would probably be an underdog. But sometimes I like to bet the underdog.
You know, as you should. I mean, I think that, I don't have a good drive, but like my mid to short game is solid. And from what I heard, he's a little sloppy. So he might beat me off the tee, but a little sloppy, you know? So.
Oh, the funny thing about golf, too, is it handicaps. So I just played on Sunday with the Viva boys, right?
Yeah.
And it was me and Chris against Michael, who's like their head salesman, and the salesman for Star, who they were introducing because they just signed on with Star. Congratulations to those guys.
Nice.
And I get a text message at 8 in the morning of the kid Ryan. Ryan, awesome guy. He's the salesman. That he's a 0.7 handicap. And he's playing with Mike, who's at a 10.7. I'm like a 20 to 25. And Chris is probably like an 11 or 12. And the first, long story short, after 9 holes, Ryan was -2 and Mike was even. I was getting a stroke a hole. I'm like, this isn't here's my money, boys.
Yeah, just take
and
it.
I don't really gamble money on golf. I just kind of for drinks or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking just
kangaroo court.
Yeah, just whatever. Bragging rights.
That's why I'm gonna be camp for bragging rights. I don't need money. I'm gonna take the clout. But when I first started golfing, I golf with a lot of guys, and they're like, they're like, oh, you're hitting from the women's tees. I'm like, I'll hit from your tees. I don't need a head start. And then I hit it to my tee box, and I was like humbled, and I was like, all right, I'll take the head start. So I like to call them the forward tees, not the women's tees.
Yeah, I mean.
So,
it's a lot of holes. It's really not that big of an advantage.
That's what he said.
On the par fives, it becomes,
Yeah. Holes. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The innuendo start already.
Well, I can't help it. I can't not hear it. I'm like, is it okay to sexually harass people?
So you worked at Top Golf. This is an interesting conversation I've been reading up on lately with the company itself. You worked with them for a few years. You ran their, you booked their parties, or what would you call it? Event coordinator? Something like that? Yeah.
It was hospitality manager, event coordinator. But I was in Scottsdale for 3 years, and then Gilbert for 1, very different venues. So we were right on
I saw you at the Scottsdale one. Yeah.
So a lot of celebrities, because we were on the reservation, would come to the casino, because there's a casino in every corner of Arizona.
Right.
I got to meet a lot of celebrities, because we have the Suns, Devin Booker and what's his name from? The Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins, when he was there, if they would win a home game, they would rent it out, and it was nice. It was really cool. So loved it. But then they sold to Callaway, and it was kind of different. So that corporate side. So then that's when I went to the Diamondbacks. I didn't
read too much into the Callaway part of it, but did they buy them outright, or are the founders still the leading shareholders, or they?
There was one leading shareholder, and he had 51%. And then right after COVID happened, because they had to close down, and we can only open up every other bay because of COVID and everything. Like sales were down. To your point, they sold to Callaway
in sunny Arizona.
Yeah.
It's fucking but, vitamin D, huh? That didn't help out there, I guess.
So the D always helps, but.
That's 2. I should put the chalkboard in here. Just 1, 2.
I cannot hear. It's like Michael Scott. That's what she said. Like you teed me up, and then take the alley oop. But no, so it was great. Like it lasted, but it got very corporate, and then that's when I moved and I worked for the Diamondbacks and I ran all their like events and stuff. So it was good to be in Phoenix instead of Scottsdale. So. Yeah. But nice to be back to Milford. Like nice to be back to the small town. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. So.
Well, we'll get back to that in a second. When I was out there, me and Camp. I believe Marky Wahlberg, because it was the waste management time, and I think when we saw you that night when you got us a bay, he had like 10 bays rented out or something. Yeah. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Well, it's nice because I got to like waste management, like I get to be on the 16th hole like every year, like so it was like just good contacts for golf and just getting into it because I had never swung a club until I worked there, and now I'm like. Oh, I get why
even knowing who
like
your ex-husband is.
Yeah, I know.
He was actually probably like, no, I got this.
He's an amazing golfer. Actually, the reason I got the job, he was like, you get free golf if you work there. And I just went to a hiring event, and that's why I started, so that he could golf, because he's an amazing golfer. Right. And then, you get free lessons. They want you to be good, so you can do, you know. And I fell in love with it. I was like, I get why guys like this. And so I'm like out there, I'm like smoking cigars, like having golfing. And I'm like, I get why white men like this. It's very waspy.
White men.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing going on with Top Golf now is so Callaway owns them, and I read that they're ready to just kind of break off on their own and either build similar sites but on a smaller scale. The problem that's happening is it's just too fucking expensive. 4 guys can go out and golf around or golf, bring their own booze, actually play golf.
It is expensive.
Putt. You can't even putt at this place.
Well, that's not true. They have some games. There's like an Angry Birds game. You can do like a putting game. I loved. It was called Top Pressure, and you only shoot at the middle target, so you only work on your short game. So it'd be like my 6-iron.
But that's not putting.
And then there would be the red targets that you would have to you could play a course actually.
Yeah, I know it's stupid though. It's stupid.
It's awesome.
It's fun for what it is. But so I just went back in January. Nicole and Braden flew down, and on the way to the airport in Fort Myers is a Topgolf. So we left a little early, and she just watched us, and we're playing all these different games, and I forgot how kind of cool it is, but at the same time how dumb it is.
No, but
and how expensive it is.
It is expensive.
Like not only just to get the bay, but to get if you're drinking, forget it. You have an actual bar. I mean, I know it can get expensive with a cart girl or whatever, but again, we're allowed to bring our own. I mean, if we're not allowed to, we're sneaking them in. Either way, we're getting drinks in. We'll split it half with the cart girl and half with us or whatever. But it's kind of like it's. I don't know. And the food isn't great. The food wasn't bad.
It's not bad. So what I would say is...
I can still see you got a little piece of your heart with Topgolf.
I do. I love them. Yeah. I'm very loyal to them. I won 2 star awards out of 500 employees year to year. They took care of us. They give us swag. They were just really... They would celebrate your anniversary for how long you've been there. You would... our Christmas parties, it was I had a budget. I could throw associate parties, it was they're a really good company.
Take the workers out.
We would do manager outings every quarter, and
would you do it at another Topgolf, or would you go somewhere else? Go to Dave and Buster's?
No, that's bowling. That's I wouldn't downgrade. And so that's what the whole point of Topgolf was, to grow the game. So I made the comment about white guys. The whole point was kids can play, women can play, people of color, people, it's just something...
Just not the white dudes.
But it's just they're never going to go play a round, but they would go to Topgolf. So it's bowling. It's just for me, I was introduced to the game because of Topgolf. I would have never went and played 18. And now I am a huge golfer and I love it. And
the problem with golf, is the whole part of getting started. Yeah. It's very expensive. It's an expensive startup. You can't just go out and say, "Oh, you guys are playing 18 today and you've never played before."
But they don't have clubs, so that's again, we have clubs in the bays. You can rent.
No, I know. So. But then let's say there's inner city kids and they don't really have much money. They're not going to go to Topgolf to learn how to play golf. like that's the struggle that the inner city kids face.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with that more. But that's why we would do like a lot of like community work, and like they were just really good about that. Like I had to do volunteer hours, and so yeah.
Now there's actually an organization called.
I usually don't have a soft spot.
Yeah.
Like.
First Tee, I think it's called, is an organization that actually takes inner city kids. Yeah. I'm sure you've worked with them before.
Yeah,
they're actually national.
I know of them.
I played in a golf tournament that they sponsored, and they were all very nice guys, and they had like 6 inner city kids that were like probably 14 and could outdrive me, you know?
Yeah. I'm sure that's not hard.
Careful. Not hard.
Listen, I could put you
hard.
a look at. Ask him. Which one? I'm just kidding.
So to top this all off, this Top Golf.
I see what you did there.
They can't
top this off.
The problem is, who are they going to sell to?
So again,
that is a one-functioned building.
But what I've heard, it's kind of like BlackRock, where they like buy their competitor. It's like if you owned Walmart and Target, and then you pit yourself against each other. So what I've been told is like they're gonna have like a division that's like, you know, like Fox, like restaurant groups. It's like you compete with each other, but you're on the same team.
Right.
So that's how I understand it.
But what I'm saying is, what if one closes? I mean, a developer's gonna have to come in and completely knock it down.
They rent a lot of their properties. So, like for example, like we paid rent to the reservation at Talking Stick. We don't own that building. We would have to ask them permission to move a piece of artwork. Right. Like in our own building. Like it's so. I don't know what the hierarchy is now. It's been a while.
But, it's fascinating to see if this really starts tanking.
I hope
or do they just try to like when I was there, I just saw that Tuesdays was half price. Everything else was like that was like
two for Tuesdays. That's where I would go on my Bible study group. We would meet on Tuesdays, so I brought them. I'm the only one under 60 in the Bible study, but I was like, "You guys want to come?" They're like, "It's too expensive. We're on a budget," and I'm like, "So I got it for free." So, but the same thing. Like again, they're good. I would call and just be like, "Hey, I need some bays. I used to go here," and they're like, "Oh, give me Chacho." I'm like, "Ask about me."
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Tigers coach? No, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he's like, I was like, yeah, not asking for your resume.
So if anyone doesn't know, and I still get these people when they come into Stonebridge, is that Kim? I go, yep, she's back. So you were back working. I don't think when you were here with Russ you were back yet, right?
No.
Right.
No, I took a month off after I moved back.
So you're back. Now you're back at Stonebridge. This will be the only time I'll say this on national radio. You've always been good at your job.
Thank you.
And well, you come from the cloth. You're cut from the cloth of a server, a bartender. Like, you don't just, as a manager, stand around and do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost annoying how much you ask me if I need something.
Yeah. I think you get annoyed. I'm like, can't be good. He's like,
just fucking keep going.
But I don't keep it moving. That's what Kim stands for. I'm like, yeah, you good? He's like, and then he's like, give me a drop back. Or I will say this about camp. He'll just message me and be like, yo. Right. And I get it on my watch. And I'm like, on my way. Yeah. Like, I'm like, I get summoned. Like, you know, like I usually don't get.
So we're glad to have you back. And it's been a few years since you've experienced an Oyster Fest. So
yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. That's our Super Bowl. That's what I keep telling people.
Weather looks great. Looks like 78. Let's knock on wood.
Don't you dare. I know we've had a wash this summer on.
No, not really. And we've had some Fridays. Fridays are just weird in general.
Well, I mean, in Arizona, I saw rain like 8 times in 6 years. Well, yeah. And it's rained every week.
Yeah, you live in a fucking desert. You live in a desert.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Oyster Fest is here. I guess the headliner is Little Feat. You got to be over my age to know who that is.
I have no idea.
And then there's also the lead singer of Boston and the lead singer of Chicago are coming on before him separately, I believe. Again, I've never been to it, so I don't know what goes on down there. I just see the shit show that comes after.
Just right in front of your bar. You don't see, like, me, all I do is figure 8s to all of them, and it's like chaos.
Yeah. You good, it's controlled, though. It's, like, very controlled for the most part.
I thrive on it.
The hardest part for me is just the bar backs, as good as they are, they just can't keep up with the ice and with the heat of the day. Just the heat melts the ice.
I know.
And it's just like, so I'm hunched over, and then by Sunday morning, like, my back is fucking arched out, and I'm done. But
that's what I said last night.
Yeah. Oh God, Jesus Christ. So Kim was supposed to be. You know what? Fuck it. Kim was supposed to be here at 3 o'clock.
You know what?
Yeah. I mean, you're giving me no options here.
I know.
Kim was supposed to be here today at 3. I think 3 is a reasonable time for any adult over the age of 24 To be able to make it. Like if you're running late, you forgot to pick up your dry cleaning, big week coming up, or you got to drop the kids off at school or pick someone up from football practice, gross. Something like that. I get it. But
however,
what happened to you last night?
I just was caught up in a moment, and it just deserved me to be late. I didn't go to sleep until the sun came up, so to be fair, it wasn't like a nap. It was sleep.
It was sleep.
Yeah.
You texted me at...
By the way, where's the camera? I asked him not to read these receipts.
No. I just wanted to... I'm not going to read what you text me. I'm not that big of a dick.
I like those, though.
1:57. Oh, man, I just woke up. And I won't read the rest.
Go for it.
No. I won't call you out like that. That's your own private stuff.
But I'm honest. I think self-awareness is key, and I think that's one thing I would like to bring up is, like, if you own your own ugly, like, it's like, right. Yeah, no, I'm a hot mess.
In the 3 years I've been in the studio, 3, you were the first person, whether it was Ubering here or driving themselves, that didn't even come close to making it to the address that I provided.
To be fair, my Uber driver didn't speak English.
It's numbers.
I have a hard time with those.
It's 99 Cherry Street. It's not fucking hard.
That's what I put in.
Yep.
That's what he said.
Oh,
and
God.
I can't help it. I'm not gonna pull out the data, but I wrote 99.
Because you already have two Uber rides today.
Well, yeah, I had to send him home across the ferry. And
then you had to get home, so that's 3.
Correct.
Oh, he couldn't afford his own Uber?
Oh, I'm just like a good sugar mama. I ordered McDonald's. I'm like, do you want a Happy Meal? Sometimes I used to just give them juice boxes.
He looked like a Happy Meal eligible. All right, so Top Golf, we'll see what happens with that in the future. Oyster Fest, we'll talk about that next week. But if you've never done it, honestly, most of my listeners are probably Milford-based, so they've been to the shit show. But it's great people watching. It's great,
That's my favorite
There's like
part.
90% people that aren't from this town, and you can tell right away. There's, obviously the fire departments are involved, the police departments are involved, the charities are involved.
Wait, isn't it always the rum runners, I thought?
At Stonebridge, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we've had the rum runners now for probably 15 straight years.
Yeah, that's what I love about Woodmont.
I always feel like I see the rum runners a lot. For some reason, this is always like their most energy, their biggest show.
They're awesome.
And they rock it. And, and then at like 9:30, 10, the kids come in. I just want to punch them all in the face.
The ones I like.
I mean, yeah. You'll be fun. That's why you walk outside so much, asking if you need anything.
I'm like, you need some security? What's going on? It's called prowling.
Right. So you're a Cowboys fan, right?
Yeah, I like the best team. I like a good evil empire. The Yankees, Cowboys.
So before,
the best
as I was waiting here for you, I was just going through some reels, and this reel came through. And it was kind of this guy. He's obviously an Eagles fan, but I didn't actually Google to see if it was true. But he said the Cowboys are, when their last Super Bowl win, is closer in years to the moon landing than it is to now.
That's correct.
Is that correct?
I've seen that. Yeah, that's correct.
And yet they fucking don't shut up.
Well, yeah. It's like, it's funny because when, like, my password for everything, when I was in college, I was like, Dallas, like, 10, like, they're going to win this year. They're going to win next year. So every year I change I'm like, this is the year.
You move the goalposts every year.
And it's not going to happen.
Not going to happen this year, that's for sure.
You know what I'm hoping, though? So McCarthy has 1 year left on his contract.
You want Bill, don't you? You want Bill.
I do want Bill. I want him. I think it's a perfect
I think you should have done it this year.
I know. But Jerry had already, and I love Jerry Jones. Love him. I think that, like, I'm not hoping to lose. If we win, they'll probably extend. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I just think it's like when Brady came back, and it's like
right.
You did that with Tampa Bay in, like, the first year. Like, That's amazing. Oh, the Brady roast. Do you want to talk about that? Because that was freaking awesome.
That was good.
I hated immediately I was like, oh my God, man, I hope they don't bring up Aaron Hernandez. And the first joke that Jeff Ross did was like, I just got back from hell. Aaron Hernandez says hi. And I was like...
So a little backstory. You actually grew up with Aaron, right?
Yes. Love him very much. He's
and his brother
friend.
DJ.
Yep.
And now everyone pretty much should know at least a little bit about what happened with Aaron Hernandez, but he was the first serial killer in the NFL.
I think O.J. Simpson. Oh no.
He
was found not guilty of the second case, so it was only one. It was just Odin Lloyd, so no, it was O.J.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
I know.
The other one, yeah. Which was crazy because when he was found innocent on that, or not guilty, I should say, there was some wacky rule that may have thrown out something out. I don't know. Like when he killed himself, like there was a lot of articles I read that he had an out somewhere.
He did. So Scott Bias, so because he got exonerated from the second one, the first case that he was found not guilty of, he had no appeal. It was 25 to life, no appeal.
Right.
Because he was found not guilty of that one, and he had Scott Bias as his lawyer, he was able to not have an appeal. The reason everyone speculates that he killed himself was the journalist was going to out him as gay.
Right.
And so that's
because he had like a gay lover in prison or something.
Correct.
And also something about insurance for the baby mama.
Yeah.
Right.
So they like had done that, and so then they like expect. It's again really circumstantial. Like I have my beliefs. I know they're not the most popular ones, but. It is what it is. But it's funny because you liked him. You're a Patriots fan, and
I literally had his jersey.
Did you do the jersey swap?
Oh, unfortunately, I did.
No, see, I wish I had one. I wish I could get one.
I know. That's what I mean. Like, I was like, I did it, and like, you know what I got in return?
Well, I was going to say, who'd you get, Edelman?
No, there was 3 left when I went, and it was Brady, which I had 3 of, and
of course.
And then it was Wilfork. Wilfork's who I got.
Oh, nice.
But it was funny, like, me and Frank Souza went up. Yeah, because we're gonna golf afterwards and make like a day of it. And we walk it in, and they're checking like everyone's jersey to see if they're authentic. Like there's like there's like grades,
not like the one you just
actual NFL. Well, I bought it through. Yeah. I'll talk about that. I'm glad you brought that up. That could be my douche of the week. I don't know the guy's name, but I know I'll call him out here. There's there's 3 tiers, and I'm like, I bought this. I don't know if I was way before your time. This kid's that we used to work with is Pat. His father was a wholesaler.
Okay.
And all these jerseys would get sent back to New York after the seasons were over from the pro shops.
I think I know you're. Yeah.
A bald guy, kind of jacked. Anyway, I bought a million jerseys off of him for like $40 a pop. So that's why I was like, I can go get like $175 or $200 jersey up there. So I did, and then I get in front of the line, and the guy's examining and was, yep, that's A+, and I'm like, oh, sweet, it worked,
A+, nice.
Or whatever he called it, and I got the top of the line return. And then, like, I don't know, a year later, my buddy Paulie V calls me, and he's like, yo, you still got that Hernandez jersey you used to wear all the time? I'm like, no, I traded it in. He goes, oh, man, I got like 3 dudes, like, fucking looking for him. They're willing to pay like $500-$600. No, Paulie V, no, he's a regular. And I'm like, fuck. And then I was just like, dude, I should just kept it for like nostalgia purposes and shit.
That's like it's like when you get like a rookie card and you're like, so Russ, like I love your card collection. I wanted to bring that up. Russ has like a really good card collection. He's like Jackie Robinson's rookie card, all these ones. And it's like back in the time, I think Shane Gillis has like a stand up on it, and he was like, you think this isn't going to be worth anything? And then you're like, no, I should have held on to it. Like it's like almost like the worst you're like, oh, the first pack, who wants that card? And it's like, that's the most minted. It's like the serial killer.
Yeah.
Like, I want this.
Dude, you'd be crazy. Like, you know what? There's that Golden show on Netflix. He's the auctioneer guy. He does all these sports memorabilia, but he's diving into all this other shit. And he had like this guy that authenticates everything, and he got a box and he opens it up, and it's fucking a lock of Jeffrey Dahmer's hair. And the dude was like, dude, I will pretty much sell anything, but no. And he just like put it back down.
Like the Antiques Roadshow.
Right.
Crazy.
Of like serial killers. Like, holy
that's
shit.
Wild. Oh my gosh.
Not to harp on Aaron, but you knew him.
Love him.
Right.
Love
like,
him.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
The whole Hernandez family, like, they're awesome. Like his DJ played at UConn. Like Davina was Davina was a Olympic softball player. Like they're both like his dad. Like my mother was close with both of like his parents. So we were the only like spick families in Bristol. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I remember
like Puerto Rico for life. But no, they're amazing. And
I remember reading an article years ago that DJ. What's his actual name?
He did.
He changed it to John, right?
He did what I know you're going to say.
And he moved out to Texas, correct?
Correct.
And he was like
John, but he went by DJ.
Right. And he was like just being a roofer. And somehow Sports Illustrated caught up to him, and they interviewed him. And he's like, I just don't want to be associated with this. It's hard. Like, I'm living in a hometown. I'm living in Connecticut. Everyone knows us. Everyone knows Aaron Hernandez. Everyone loves the Patriots. And I can't just be heckled at a bar in a restaurant. And
because he looks just like him.
And he looks just like him.
So it's like people are like, oh, like, you know, so it's like it was hard for them. And again, they were like, you know, like Bristol royalty. And they start like, you know, I love them. So I'll defend them always. So it's almost like I like.
You were crying that day.
Yeah.
I remember walking in.
And then Richie
Conine called me. He's like, yo, your boy just got arrested. And I'm like, for what? For murder. I'm like, what?
No, so it was tough, and it was tough to like refute, but you know, you got to be loyal to your own. So
hey, he never did you wrong. He would have given his shirt off his back.
Yeah, no, she did. Literally. I took it off.
Here we go.
Oh, all right. Yeah, no, here's my prom date.
Yeah, we went quick Gronk jersey story. So I'm coming back from Atlantic City in the backseat of my buddy's car, and I'm not going to say any names. And my buddy's like, oh, my buddy's selling his Gronk jersey autograph for $150. So I'm like, oh, I'll tell you what, I'll offer $100, whatever. I don't even know. I didn't see it, didn't look at it. He goes, sold. He goes, I'll drop it off at work on Saturday. So I get to work on Saturday. It's literally in a white garbage bag on top of the beer cooler. And I see, just as I'm like walking in, he texts me, yo, I left it in a garbage bag. I said, all right. So I like open it up. I pull it out. It's like a fucking size kids medium with the autograph on the back on the number 7. And just stains all over it. Like stains like the dude was at a fucking Buffalo Wild Wings for fucking 6 hours. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I took a picture, I sent it to my buddy, and he's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, did you even look at it when you took it from the guy? Like, at least examine it for a half a second? He's like, well, what do you want to do? I don't want it. What am I going to do with it? It's worth fucking $6. Yeah, but the only thing I can really do is cut the fucking auto out. And maybe, like, put it with, like, a montage of Gronk shit. Yeah. But that's too much work for me. I'm not doing that. I could get his own autograph online or something. Like, oh, my God. So
yeah, you were
still waiting for the Venmo for the $100 back.
Say, did you get it back?
No, I didn't get my money back yet. He didn't get the jersey back. So I don't know if he wants. Maybe I lose that deal.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I should probably bring the jersey back first.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's awesome. My Patriots, speaking of the Patriots, are probably going to be awful this year again.
Probably or definitely?
Probably. There's one glimmer of hope, and I just don't know what it is yet. Wait, who's
your head coach again? I'm sorry, I don't.
Gerard Mayo. So he used
to play.
He was our linebacker during the middle era of the dynasty, and has been coaching under Bill forever. Another defensive guy, which I was kind of like, come on, we need more offense.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like. I was happy when we got McCarthy because like the Green Bay has been our kryptonite. We lost to them back to back to Green Bay in the playoffs, and so I was like, oh, nice. And then we go and we lose to Green Bay, and I'm like, bro, that's why we brought you here. Like, what are we doing?
I don't like. I was just watching some stuff today, and they're scrimmaging against the Eagles right now, and I think we got sacked 10 times.
I don't know how good the Eagles are going to be without Jason Kelce, though. Like, I love their podcast, and he's been like their center for what, 13 years? And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, kind of what they made them special. How do you feel about that, by the way?
What?
The tush push. Do you think it's not allowed?
I think it's stupid.
I think if you can take any advantage, you should.
I agree. Like they were the funny thing was like trying to see Mac Jones do it last year.
Anybody can do it, so it's not.
It's a legal play, but I think towards the end of the season they kind of started figuring out.
What was it Bill Belichick did one time? He used the rule like to get like a bunch of timeouts in a row, and then they changed the rule after that because
he's had so many rules changed.
He's such a genius. That's why I want him.
He did one last year. It was against the Dolphins, and it was an amazing play where the Dolphins were kicking a field goal, and he just sent the guy like the safety.
Yeah.
He had to time it perfectly, but just sent him around on a blitz. And he just timed the snap perfectly, and he fucking came through and tackled the kicker, blew it up. And then I think they changed the rules. Oh, you can't be in motion. You got to stay. I don't know,
I remember when Brady did the play with Edelman. He's like, Julian, do this, and then he just snapped the ball like he was in motion. They acted like they didn't know what was going on.
Right.
That was the play.
Yeah. They knew.
And also, I'm sorry, in the Brady roast, just to bring it up because that was awesome. Because the Patriots, I give respect. I hate them.
Yeah, I know.
Respect.
It's like the Yankees. I hated them in the 90s.
Yeah, I know. We haven't sniffed the playoffs since 2009.
Well, the World Series. You've been in the playoffs, but...
Well, if you're not first, you're last. So, yeah.
Well, that's the mentality as a Patriot fan that a Yankee fan should have, and it's not a bad mentality. You look at Cowboys, you're like, well, I just would like the season to extend beyond the regular.
Yeah, no, that's what to bring up Portnoy, who just came and did a pizza review, actually just in Milford, which was awesome. He was in Woodmont and did a pizza review.
Which one?
New Haven Brick Oven Pizza.
New Haven. He was the New Haven Pizza, and he did Gigi's, yeah.
No, it was in Woodmont.
Yeah, New Haven Pizza.
Oh, is that what that's what it's called? But it's not New
Haven Pizza Place. I was just there Sunday night. Awesome pizza, by the way.
Awesome, so good.
Great little bar in there too. And now they serve Vivas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could use another one.
Yeah.
Can I go get one?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Is that allowed?
I could keep.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You can keep it rolling. Talk some smack. Read some text.
So just my prediction: the Cowboys will probably be. Actually, you know what? I still give them a chance to win the division. I mean,
well, that's what I mean. The Eagles aren't great. The Redskins, or what's their name these days?
No, I still call them the Redskins.
They are the Redskins.
And the Giants are going to suck. That's fine. Giants are going to suck.
Well, yeah. And the Eagles, so yeah, I think we have a pretty good issue. So what you
got to sign CD. You can't hold out. You got to.
You know what I'm upset about? I'm upset that we got Zeke back.
Why?
I don't like him.
He actually had a decent year with New England last year.
And then he went to you, and I just...
He wasn't that bad, because we lost Stevenson, so he was our starter for the last 6 games. I was pissed he was playing well, because I wanted to lose every game we could. Caleb Williams looked phenomenal the other night, and I wanted the number 1 pick.
You should root to be when you're the biggest loser, but it's like, that's like eating leftovers. Like, we let him go, and he's coming back. Like, that's just not, like... I would take Terrell Owens. Like, you know what I mean? If we want to talk about second time around.
He could probably still play.
I bet you he could. Are you a UFC guy?
Not
like,
really.
Are you into like the Tyson, like Jake Paul fight?
Well, yeah, but that got postponed. So, I mean, I don't know. Those guys, like, I don't mind the Paul. I used to hate the Paul brothers, but now they've kind of grown on me.
Yeah,
probably because they love Trump.
No, that's what I was gonna say. So Trump, when he
so I've been following a little more, and like,
so I'm like, okay.
And also, they're big collectors of cards. They're more. They do the Pokemon shit. Yeah,
I don't even understand. I
once I was gonna buy a box, and I'm like, I'm gonna throw away $1 million card and not even know it.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, no, I'll stick to what I know. But they've grown on me. I prefer them being in the wrestling ring. Because one of them, I think it's Jake. He's very good at it.
He is.
He's unbelievably athletic. And the boxing shit, like, they still have not fought anyone that's of fucking quality. Like, okay, dudes, it's been like 5 years now. Like, just if you lose, you lose. You're so afraid to lose.
Well, that's what, like,
and the Mayweather fight doesn't even count.
Like the Conor McGregor, when it's like, did you ever see the Shane? So I've done stand up like in Arizona, and so I love stand up. And
you've done it?
Yeah.
Oh, I never know.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, when you said the microphone, one of my gigs, they like couldn't get the mic down for me. Sorry, I won't touch it.
Yeah.
And you're like, don't. And it was like this. So like I have a picture, and I'm like this, and they're like, oh, we can't get it lower, because I went on after a tall guy, and I was like, my ego's tall enough for this. Like, don't worry about it. And they were like, so it's like I don't have jokes, so I don't know. Like Matt Rife, like I do like crowd work. I just kind of, it's like a soapbox. Like,
yeah.
I don't do social media. I don't want to be famous. I just want to talk shit.
Well, you do a good job of it.
I love a good banter.
Yeah.
I'm
trying to think. We just talked. I mean, what's your big Portnoy thing? You wanted to talk about Portnoy. See, here's the thing with Portnoy. I like Portnoy. I really do. I just think at this point of his career, he's still so attention starved. Like he can't not do like a 3-minute like in front of a camera with peaches and I'm fine with all that, but like, it's like me, I do one once a week, whatever. Like, it's not even really on video. Like, not many people watch it. They listen to it more than they watch it, but like, he's in Nantucket, and it's, she kind of shows off. Like,
I love that.
I don't.
Like,
I'm a modest person.
I don't think he is. I think that
he's not. No, I'm the modest person, not him. But I like the guy. I do. I think he's awesome.
Do you think that I'm modest?
Yeah. To a point. I mean, what are you showing off Russ's car when you drive by Stonebridge?
Well, sometimes.
I always said Fridays. There's Kimmy coming into work in the fucking Maserati.
But But no, I just think that, like, I love when people have an opinion when it's the right one. So I love that they, like, speak their
he aligns politically with me 100%.
So again, like, I don't tweet, I don't post, I don't tag, but, like, I speak my truth, and he has the platform. So, like, I watch him on BFFs, follow him on Barstool, he has Miss Peaches, like, he has so many... the horse racing, like, you're a big horse racer, I just love, like, the dynamics, the pizza reviews,
a horse.
like, and, like, if I could pick one person, like, in the world I would ever be with, and it would be Dave Portnoy. Like,
he might be a little old for you.
I know.
He's got enough money for you.
I think I might be a little old for him.
Yeah. He's got quite the track record.
I know.
What's crazy about him, too, is, like, he's never, like, he's almost like Derek Jeter, but Jeter dated famous women,
but like
so he was in the spotlight.
Out. Like,
he's like he got called out that one time,
like the Mariah Carey. Yeah.
Do you remember when he got called out and like Deadspin was going after him about some girl in Nantucket, and he had all the receipts on the text messages, and he's like, "One, the girl was 18. If you want to think bad of me because she was 18, then fine, fuck you, but it's legal. Like whatever, like." I'm not doing anything illegal.
You understand that's like my mission statement, right?
You shot a little too high last night.
He was 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, he was 20. She sent him home in an Uber on a boat back to Long Island. See you later. Did you get his phone number?
Yeah, what was his name now? No, I'm just kidding. I know what it is. I'm like, well, that's what I'm saying. So just in my defense, what I think, like, so I was married to my husband. We were together 13 years. It's not that they're young, like, or old. It's like, I don't want to settle down. Like, I don't care to have kids.
So you feel that age group?
I don't care to have kids. I don't want to get married. So it's just like more of a mindset than anything else. But also they are pretty.
Where do you meet a 20-year-old?
Well...
Was that an online thing? You're not online, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
You don't like all of them?
No, I got banned from Hinge for my political rhetoric.
Banned?
Specifically. So I put in my profile... Because I don't do it... Like, I have, like, golfing pictures. Like, I don't put... Like, I'm not, like, posting, like...
Right.
Like that. It's like...
Why, is it a social media site, too?
Well, no, it's like... No, like, Hinge or Bumble. It's like, it's not like you're... I'm not posting, like... like salacious photos. It's like, this is me golfing. This is me at pottery. Like, this is me, you know what I mean? Like, it's so, but I changed my profile when Trump finally announced, and I put, like, Trump 2024. I love Andrew Tate. So I put Team Tate. I'm pro Peterson because, like, the whole, transgender women in sports, as somebody who played D1, like, women and, guys in
I have it down here just so you know.
And so I said, Team Tate, pro Peterson, Trump 2024. And I said, woke, if you're hashtag woke, need not apply. Like,
and they took you down for that?
And it said I violated guidelines. So I got...
But if you said Team Kamala, they wouldn't have said a fucking thing.
If I was like LGBTQ, right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like, so I'm a switch hitter. I'm not against the gays, but, like, there's two genders. Like, I don't know.
We learned a lot about King today, if you didn't know already.
I told you this was going to happen. I shouldn't have gotten this one.
The second
We're going to edit this.
No, this is not.
Wait, you said you were going to have one, or a whiskey. So
I said after the show.
Wait, time out. This is day drinking with Dog, and Dog is not day drinking with me.
No, because you're late. You made me wait.
I do that a lot to men.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of trans in sports, let's talk about the Olympics and the big controversy with the two boxers.
Oh my gosh, I don't.
So apparently they don't have penises, but apparently they were born with an XY chromosome. So
is that what it is?
I guess so. I just stopped reading about it because everyone's comments were just so stupid on both sides. And
I want to do this off camera.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is like when... no, you're good. I don't see you. I can get to see you if you want me to. She's hitting a fucking... Whatever. Who cares?
It's tacky.
Everyone fucking vapes. You think I give a shit?
It's tacky.
It's tacky. Tacky's sending a 20-year-old home in a fucking Uber to the fucking Bridgeport Ferry.
I know, where are my priorities?
Talk tacky with me.
I speak tacky.
So I don't know how the science works, but they got to figure this shit out, and it can't be like just allowing them in. It's got to be a testosterone level. It's got to be chromosomes. It's got to be something.
The only thing,
you look at that woman, she could physically beat everyone she fucking faced.
But that's what. So like my brother's a firefighter, and so this is like what I'll say. And he is super liberal. He's very left. My whole family is left. I'm the only one who, since Arizona, living on a border state, switched teams. And so I came back, like, you know, didn't get the vaccine, didn't do COVID. And so he was like, here's the thing. If you burned in a fire, like there was a fire right now, they would look at your femur and my femur. And they would say, I'm a woman and you're a man.
Right.
So it's like, oh, how are they feeling that day? Like, like that. So that's all, like, I will say, and I don't mean to
what you're saying, there's so many identifiable factors
you know,
between a man and a woman.
It was like, there's like how many pronouns now? Like the fact that when I fill out like an application, I just filled out an application and it was like, what's your gender? And I had 5 choices. And it was like male, female, non-binary, choose not to decide. And I was like,
I was filling out an application for.
I'm inclusive to everybody, so I don't want to sound like I'm coming off, but like I'm just very passionate about that.
Right. I was filling out an application last night for the home loan, and it was. I almost want to just click like nothing, you know, like nothing, and just see if like it. I mean, it doesn't. Nothing's gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter.
So what I was going to say is, I was like, I identify as a woman, but I have a bigger dick than most men that I actually know. So if we're proverbially talking, like, metaphorically, like, let's be honest. Like,
I thought you were just put it out on the table.
Yeah, who's in charge? Like, I am the captain now. Like,
I've been on this topic forever. It's getting to lunacy point now. It's just so stupid. It really is. It's where the left loses common sense that, well, they probably never had it, but like they can't. They just I get so upset. I haven't had a drink today, and I'm like already fired up about it. Like, and another one was the Olympics, was USA basketball, and I didn't watch anything but really the final game, and I watched it because I was at work and everyone was watching it. The minute they benched Tatum in the first game, I'm like, you guys it's so political, it's fucking stupid. Steve Kerr's a fucking piece of shit. Regardless, I watched one game in the beginning. I was flipping by and just seeing like what time shit was on, because I do like the Olympics generally. Yeah. And Dwayne Wade was the commentator for Team USA, and LeBron James hit a 3-point shot or something, and Dwayne Wade goes, LeBron James with the 3. He identifies as a he/him. And I'm like, not even paying attention. And I'm like, wait a second. So I rewound it. And I played it back. I'm like, did he just fucking say that on fucking international TV? This is how far we've come. And I mean, obviously, if you don't know Dwayne Wade, he does have either at least one trans kid, if not 2. Yeah, so he's like he's pandering to his family back at home watching. I'm like, oh, thanks, Dad, for supporting me. Like, we know he's a dude.
We know.
I'm waiting for LeBron to say he's a woman and just go fucking score 3,000 in a WNBA game.
Wait, did you ever hear? Yeah, Chappelle said, he goes, so if LeBron James chooses to change his gender and he could go to the WNBA where he will score 882 points a game. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, like what are we doing? Like the Leah Thomas thing. But also, speaking of Olympics, the Turkish shooter. That guy, who's a savage. Did you see him with his hand in his pocket, with no guns? And it was like he's obviously an assassin. And then so there was I think it was Shane Gillis. He goes, how is America not placing in shooting with how many shootings like we have more than anybody? It's because we have too much ammo.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so no.
Did you see the Australian breakdancer?
No.
No?
No.
So she just
breakdancing is
it was first year breakdancing, and I'm pretty sure she ended it. I don't think it's coming back. She
what?
So she apparently never mind. She apparently had visa. I don't know how she got into Paris, but she had someone sponsor her without even winning like the competitions to get involved. And said she was like a breakdancer, and they had no other breakdancers in Australia, so she got to go to Paris. So you got to YouTube this. She like just kind of is just spastic on the ground and like does like one of these. Like, it was fucking crazy.
That's like the when people like ride the like fake horse and like jump over like how is that a sport? Like how is baseball not in the Olympics, but like breakdancing is?
Yeah. Like well, it's the first year, and it's kind of it was. Like, so there's you, like, say it's you against me, right? So as I'm breakdancing to whatever the DJ plays, it's not choreographed. Like, so he's going to play whatever.
Yeah.
And then I got to breakdance to it, and you, like, stand over me, like this.
So
and then when it's your
like
turn, you go down on the
like,
ground and do shit, and I stand over you like this. Like, that sucks and shit like that.
It's like some 8 Mile.
We can't have like fucking baseball in the Olympics, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's like that's my favorite pastime. Like before, and it's funny that I am against like men and women's sports because I got 2 varsity letters on the boys baseball team because I like refused to play softball, and I was like, ew. So my AP history teacher was like, if you can make the team, like I won't play. I did the book. So the women's job, but like I traveled with the team, like that, like that was on the boys baseball team. So and I was like, well, men should be like Kimmy, and like, didn't you try for the wrestling team too? And I was like, yeah, I just wanted to prove I could make it. I knew I was playing soccer, So yeah, but then soccer, like the women one, which was awesome. Like, I know people don't care about women's soccer, but like.
Actually, this team didn't really like have this
Rodman's daughter.
No, but what I mean is they didn't have like the over the top like what's her name with the pink hair.
Rapinoe,
she's the one that turned everybody off.
She did, and because I really liked her, then that started to happen. So yeah.
All right, so where's Kamala Harris been? 23 days now. She has not faced the press. Joe Biden's been sleeping on a beach in Rhode Island. Who is running the country? What's going on?
I think Joe's been sleeping for a while.
It's a dirt nap for him.
And, I almost feel sorry for him because he's obviously like... I mean, my mom has Alzheimer's. Like, he's struggling with dementia, and they just, like, prop him up. And so I was fortunate enough to go to Mar-a-Lago for a Trump rally with the Navy SEALs with Russ, like, a month ago. Yeah. And, Trump just gets off Air Force One. He raw dogs a 45-minute speech, no teleprompter. And the last thing he said, he goes, I'm going to do what Joe Biden can't do. Exit a stage and not look like a Roomba. And then he like turned around and did it. It was just like this man just
that's awesome.
Like I wasn't a fan, and I can give you credit. Like I was not. I had voted for Hillary the first time. I wasn't a Trump fan, and then it was just like he's right. Like he's our best hope and our only hope, in my opinion.
I realized this today. And slowly the seeds of the Democrats get into my head as far as what they're up to. And I don't think they cared who they put in place of Joe. That's why just let Kamala do it. Because now the whole script is flipped to, he's too old. Trump's too old.
That's why he said age.
Because Reagan in 1980 was like 69, and they said he was too old back then. He's 79.
I think Trump has an interview where they say, he goes, they're going to bring up my age because I'm closing in on him. He's like, but my cognitive, like he's taking cognitive tests. Now, like he did the thing last night with Musk on Twitter. Musk interviewed him on Twitter last night to 1 billion people, but there were some glitches and somebody hacked the system. So the left's like, true, Musk can't even run his own fucking tech company, blah, blah, blah. But they're all like, he's slurring his words, Trump's slurring his words, he's too old. They're jumping on it like we would jump on Biden in plain sight, and they defended. And I listened to some of it, I don't know. I was just doing other shit, but he wasn't slurring his words as far as I heard. I didn't hear it. He's so articulate, and there's a picture of him where he was praying. That was during the Republican National Convention when the priest got up and he did the impersonation of Trump, and Trump was praying like this. Yeah. And they're like, look at Trump falling asleep, and it's like, the left, you're going to tell us our candidate's falling asleep when that guy can't even keep his head up. He was praying, he was, so no, I can admit I was wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong.
It's, it's a propaganda machine. They know really what they're doing.
But yeah, the whole border, again, living in Arizona and seeing if what's happening there is crazy. If I wanted to, I could drive over to Mexico and get dinner. It's easy from El Paso or from wherever, and it's into perfect. It's just crazy to see it firsthand.
It's not going to stop.
No, and then coming home, it was just different to it's to your point earlier about COVID and masks. It's we're all in the same storm, but we're in different boats. So I feel I was in a yacht in Arizona, but in Connecticut it's a rowboat. They have no idea what's going on.
And how about Kamala stole Trump's tagline? One of his taglines: "No tax on tips." She fucking put it in her fucking thing. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
There was one video I just saw that she goes, how dare we say Merry Christmas, so left. And it was like 1 year earlier. And she's like, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a flip-flop. It's like, so to your question earlier, who's running the country? I think it's the Obamas and the Clintons.
Yeah.
I think they're like propping, I thought it was going to be Michelle or Michael.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be Big Mike. But
Big Mike. All right, my douche of the week. You ready?
Yeah.
This is kind of right in our area here. My douche is a company. They're called Burger King. But it's an individual one. It's in Gettsville, New York. And a lady by the name of Tiffany went in to get her and her daughter some dinner. And let me preface this by I always say Burger King, of the big three burger chains in our area, Wendy's, McDonald's, and Burger King, is by far the most disgusting place I've ever been in, and I'll never go.
It's my favorite.
I am not surprised one bit. They went in. She went in to buy some meals for her and her 4-year-old daughter, and her daughter takes a bite of the burger and says, "Mom, I didn't ask for ketchup." So she takes the bag, she brings it back in, and before she gives it to the lady at the counter, she looks in, and it's blood all on the inside of the bag. It's not. She's like, it's not ketchup.
Oh my God! Wait.
Right.
Okay.
So she hands it to the manager. The manager looks at it. She goes, "Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Our guy in the back cut his finger, and he was bleeding just a little bit, and so he thought it wouldn't get in any of the stuff, and we're sorry. We'll get you a fresh meal and comp your tab." And the lady's like,
you should be
"See
in
ya."
jail.
She called fucking the health department. The health department went down, and now they're all doing like retraining and all this shit. Like, to me, this is our youth. Like, just like, you cut your finger and you're gushing blood. Like, your first reaction is to finish making the fucking cheeseburger and sending it out when you know blood's all over the bag.
I would argue I can't believe they finished the order because the way our barbacks and buzzers are. Speaking of retraining, it's like at least he finished the job. I got to give a little respect on that.
I don't know where Gettsville, New York is, but...
Is that when you were coming back from AC?
No, I saw this article today.
Oh, you saw it.
I wasn't there. I didn't know. I wasn't there.
You didn't witness it?
No. My douches of the week usually are LeBron James or some article I read. It could have been LeBron. Wait, you know what? Douche of the week number 2. So LeBron wins gold. He wins the MVP, which it should have been Steph Curry anyway.
It should have been Steph Curry.
But he gets his Lifetime Achievement Awards every time he fucking comes back for another season. Was going to some club to celebrate, gets out of his car, and there's like one kid. Not 1,000 kids, one. And he went to like go up to him to either like get a picture with him or an autograph, and he literally says, "Get out of the way, kid," and like doesn't shove him or anything, but like fucking berates him. Walks around the car. Now he's entering the club and he starts doing a dance walking in the club. One kid, he just fucking went right by. Like, I know these celebrities, they got to deal with this shit a lot, but like I said, it wasn't a group of kids. It was one fucking kid. You couldn't take the time, fucking high five him. How hard?
But that's why
now the kid's ruined. Like, I don't know, for the rest of his life, I'm not going to say, but like that memory's going to stick with him, where it would have positively stuck with him if you high-fived him.
In the moment of his life.
Right.
And that's why,
and he always knows the cameras are on.
And I got to be honest, I probably cry about Kobe Bryant once a week.
Yeah.
Because love him. So that's actually on my Bumble profile. It's like 2 things I can't get over, and it says Kobe Bryant and being a Dallas fan. Like, those are my 2 biggest regrets. Cheers to that, because it sucks every day. But it's, his wife, when he said, like, Kobe would play, like, through a broken finger, anything, because of the fan in the stadium that came to see him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like when he went to go see Michael. Like, that's the difference, and that's when people are like, LeBron's better than Kobe. I'm like, I just watched The Last Dance. I hadn't watched it before. I'm not a Jordan fan. Like, I'm a Kobe fan. Yeah. Respect, though. Like, that man is a savage.
Oh,
and LeBron is such a piece of shit, and I love Portnoy for always saying that.
I rank him Jordan 1, Kobe 2.
Yeah,
because like they weren't identical players, but they were both assassins. They were both they knew what needed to be done at what time. There's 10 championships between the two.
But I always say Mamba mentality, but when I watched The Last Dance and I heard that Jordan had a mansion with like just one folding chair in it, I'm like, that guy's a psycho. Like, he brought it up on like Brady.
Well, like if you think about it too, like Kobe, he won his first 3, he has 5 rings, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he won his first 3 with Shaq, and that was just an unstoppable force. back then. But then he won his next two with like Paul Gasol and fucking Lamar Odom.
Yeah,
like it wasn't like fucking it wasn't like fucking.
He made it happen. Like it wasn't like a.
LeBron needs like 9 stars around.
He's the one who started, and that's what I'll never forgive him, because when he was like, I'm gonna take my talents to South Beach and like rolled out all these Boy Scouts, and it was like you, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, like he started the super team, and it was like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson wanted to go against each other. They didn't want to team up, there was always like a rivalry, Jordan and Kobe, and he just teams up, and he's ruined every organization since.
Oh, he leaves them. Well, Miami recovered, but it took a while.
And then the Lakers, he just leaves them in ruin, and now he's playing with Bronny. Like it's like, get out of here.
Forcing them to draft him.
Yeah, literally, and no, he's a POS. Like,
oh yeah, he's a piece of shit. But all right, what do we want to end on there, Kimmer? I'll leave it up to you.
What do you got?
Well, I have the Jaren. The only thing we didn't touch on is like really an NFL preview, but that's like a whole show. And Jaren Duran, my guy from the Red Sox, was caught saying "you fucking faggot."
Oh yeah.
To a fan. You know what the fan was saying to him? Use a tennis racket. Use a tennis racket. Use a fucking tennis racket. And he finally snapped and he goes, shut up, you fucking faggot. And it's like, oh man.
But didn't he just get up and hit a home run, or that was somebody else I'm thinking of?
No,
he was like, that's why I'm on this side and you're on that side. But it was a Red Sox, and I was like, respect. Like, so I always say I'll end on this, like,
this is how we used to talk. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying how we used to talk, like, all growing up. Like we used to get, like, I always remember when I was playing football when I was, like, peewee. The coaches would come by with like a stick and hit you in the nuts and do a cup check to make sure you're wearing your cup. And if you weren't, you just like fucking won't be able to have kids the rest of your life.
You know, it's
life was different back then.
I will say this all, and then so Phil's son Hunter has just started football. He's 9 years old, and so Phil told me a story. He's like, I think I want to be like a football dad. I'm like, I'll cover the shifts, go to games. He told me that the coach went up to Hunter in the middle of like his first practice. It's raining. Yeah. This is like this week, and he grabs like his helmet. And he was like, "Why are you so fucking stupid?" And like threw the kid. And I thought like, "Oh man, that's not right." And he was like, "Nice." And it's like that's how you should treat young men these days. Right?
Because I can't do it. I'll get thrown in jail if I do that.
Pussies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
Gotta toughen him up.
Trophies, like, you know, I can't.
Braden had his first practice, and I picked him up.
Yeah.
And he was fucking. This is over a week ago, and he was exhausted, and I was taking him to get ice cream. He's like, "Can we just get it after dinner? I just want to go home and sleep." I'm like, "Sure." So we go home. Get out of the car. He's like, I feel like I'm gonna, and then he just like threw up water for like fucking 20 seconds. Mika, all right? He's like, yeah. So we go home and he just lies down in bed. I don't know if he slept or lied down for 2 hours. I'm like, fuck, man, he ain't gonna want to do this. He comes back out. I said, you feeling better? He goes, I feel great. I go, good. He grabbed his football helmet. He sat on the couch. He was tinkering with it.
Yeah.
I said, you going to stick with it? He goes, I love it. I love it. He goes, the quarterback's a senior, came up to me, and the last 15 minutes I had to sit down. I'm like, perfect. This is what he needs.
But no, it is. That's what Brandon said the other day. What's it called? What's that syndrome? Not Munchausen syndrome. Stockholm syndrome. When you're like in love with your captor.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Where it's like, I like to be punished almost. Well, here we are.
Oh God. I knew you'd finish on a note like that.
Well, you can ask him about it. He has it, not me.
Okay. All right.
But we're gonna edit that out.
No, we're not. All right, we're wrapping it up though. Kim, thanks so much for. Like? What's that?
Wrapping it up.
I've never done that in my life.
Yeah, no.
Well, all right, let me try to get through this last minute without some kind of innuendo.
Don't tee me up.
Kim, thank you so much for coming. Nope, that won't work. Kim, thank you so much for arriving an hour late. I don't know, there's probably something there too.
46 minutes late. Oh yeah, I am late.
And I hope your Uber driver rots in hell because he dropped you off halfway down the street.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault.
Hey, let's rock it out this Saturday. Oyster Fest, everyone. Come on down Friday too. We got, I think, Rockoustic. Those guys are awesome. They're playing on Friday night in the patio. Fun bags are down on the Fowler Field or wherever, Lisbon Landing. Obviously, Rum Runners at 5 to 9. You'll just see the line down the street, so don't even bother trying to flag me down. I'm not getting you in. And Kim's going to be busy getting my drop bags for me. So
I know to do it ahead of time. I've been trained well. Believe it or not, I can take orders.
Chacho, thanks so much.
Yes, thanks for having me.
That was fun. I hope you get a nice night's sleep. Or are you going right back at it? We'll see.
What do you think? Prowling.